Hi there guys, Tony here from Caveman Props. Well, it's getting obviously to Christmas. We're in December now. Well, it is for me. Hopefully I get this out in time. It is a bit cold in the workshop, so I'm going to put the heating on in a minute. It just makes a bit of a noise. Whereas we're coming up for Christmas, and if you follow the channel, the past few Christmases I've always done a Star Wars build because we have a Star Wars film coming out, or there's either like the Rogue One or the Last Jedi or the Han Solo film. This year we don't have one. We do have a wonderful TV series of The Mandalorian, but that's already been running. So I've had to think of what to do for my Christmas build, and I thought about it really hard, and I've decided to do a Star Wars prop. Yes, I'm going to keep with the theme. Put a lot of thought into it. So because I've done the N-44 before, I've decided to do the updated the blaster that Rey has, but I've decided to do this one completely from EVA foam. This was made from toys and bits and pieces that I had laying around. So I've done a template. If you want, you can head over to our Etsy store and you should be able to download that template. It's a very simple template. I'm going to be using some sheets of EVA foam plus some EVA foam dowels and half semicircle dowels. So it's going to make life a bit easier. You can get away without using them and use some PVC piping for the barrel, but I'm going to use it so it's going to be 100% foam. So we're going to crack on. I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. Right then, so these are the main bits of the template, so I've already cut them out. So part one is going to be our main body, so you need two of these in the 10mm foam of part one. If you have access to 20mm foam, then obviously you can just do that in one. And then these bits are all in 5mm foam, so we need two here to go on the handle. I've put these bits here. This means that when you cut with the scalpel, you bring the end of the blade in like that, so we get a little bevel edge on that. But obviously you'll need to do one left and one right for either side. Obviously part two is this tiny little bit trigger. That's one piece out 10mm foam just to go in the middle there. And then these two bits are virtually identical. Obviously if you want to cut them out as one you can, but obviously two of them are going to need this window cut out, obviously a left and a right again. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these bits cut out, and then we can start putting the main bulk of that together. We've got these bits cut out. I've already stuck these two bits together and glued the trigger bit in, so that's all there, done and dusted. Obviously I cut this out on the scroll saw, so I stuck them together, cut it out as if it was a 20mm piece. And obviously what I've done here is I've just cut in the bottom here to cut this bit out rather than trying to make a hole and then cut it all out. So that will be hidden up once it's all put together. So we've got all these bits done. So what's going to happen is, so that one will go on there, then that one will go over the top of it with the window there, and then we're going to put the handle bits on here. Obviously these handle bits are then going to be shaped, so we're going to be gluing that all in to make that fit. So we're going to get these on, sand this bit down, and then we can basically start on the top and bottom bits of this. Okay, so we've put all that together. I've shaped a bit of the handle, so that's starting to look a bit good, and then got these panels on. So what we're going to do is going to move to the top and the bottom bit here, and to do that I'm going to use some half dowels here. So I've cut these to length, so this will go on the bottom here. We'll put the other one on the top. If you can't get half dowels, I would increase the two middle layers and the first two 5mm layers about 10 and 15mm, and then curve them, and then this bit you can work as a wrap to go all around. It shouldn't be that hard. That was the way I would do it if I didn't have the half dowel. So you could do this bit as another bit of 5mm that will go all the way over the top, and then you'd be able to just cut the window bit out. So we're going to put this on here, and what I've done here is I've cut this piece. So I'm going to cut a piece out, and I've also got a piece of 30mm down. What we're going to do is that's going to go in there to create that little ridge bit on the top there. So we're going to get these bits stuck in, and that's going to start forming up. and then we'll be able to work on the end bit here, and then we'll make a start on the barrel. Right, so there we are, we've got that all on like that. I've also put this bit on. This is part 6 on the template, so it's just a simple bit to cut out, and then I've put these 2 bits on here. These are just punch outs from 5mm foam. When I had to punch something out previously, I always keep the bits that come out of it because they always come in handy. So there we go. So we're now going to move on our template. So our template bits now are going to be 7, 8. So these are the bits that are going to go around the end here and here, just to obviously seal this bit in. So these are in 2mm foam. This bit's obviously cut out. These bits are reference marks. We're going to make some bits to go on here to look like rivets. This one and this one are just reference. One's going to be the barrel and one's going to be the little knobule bit on the bottom. So we're going to cut these out, cut this out of 2mm foam, and we're going to put them on here. There we go. Right, so just wanted to show you these bits before we move on. I'm going to mark up the details on here, but we're going to get these bits stuck on. So that's going to seal that bit off, but that's going to add our lining for the end bit there. So we're going to get these on, and then we're going to start get the barrel on, and then add some details. Right, so there. So we've got the end bits on, and then what I've done is I've put these bits on. These are in reference to here. So if you look on the bottom of here, I've done a picture. This is just for reference to give you an idea of where a lot of the details go. Now I probably should have done these in a slightly thinner foam. This is 5mm. It probably needed a 3 or 2, but I happen to have these already cut out of the 5mm foam, so I've just been incredibly lazy really and just done that. The only one I've missed off is the bottom here, because we're going to get a line in there first and then put it on over the top. So that gets that done, and then what we're going to do is we're going to work on the barrel. So I've taken a piece of 20mm dowel, and I've wrapped some of the 2mm foam, one around the end and one a bit off here. So that's going to go on the end there for the little nub bit on the bottom. And then what I've done is I've cut another piece, the 20mm, that's going to be our first starter there. And then a piece of 30mm foam. This is going to be the main bit of the barrel. On the end here is another piece of 5mm foam, which I've cut out using a piece of piping that was literally just over 25mm. So it's kind of added that, and then I've used another piece to cut out the middle. So that is going to create our sort of barrel bit, and then that's going to go on the end there. All starting to look quite good. And then once that's on, I'm going to get the wood burner out and we're going to start adding the details. There we go. So this is all starting to come together and look pretty good now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start adding the final details. We're going to go back to our original image that I've done at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wood burner. I'm going to do a quick demonstration, and I'm going to have to put the mask on do the rest of it. So what we're going to do is for these rivets, to make them look like rivets, I'm going to use the wood burner, burning on the end, just to make them look like the rivets. Okay, so right, that's what we're going to do there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some masking tape out, and we're going to use the masking tape as our straight edge to go over the curve. So there's going to be 2 lines that are going to have to go around the end here. Then I'm going to have to burn the holes in, so I'll get the measurer out, measure that, and then the same for the details here. That's why I've missed this one out. So we're going to burn a line in there, and then put that rivet in on top. And obviously I'm going to use a ruler to do the ones down on the handle here to add the details. So I'm going to get on and do that. I need to put a mask on in order to be able to do that. Always safety first, because the fumes that are going to come off are going to be quite bad. So I'm going to put the fan on, I'm going to put my mask on, and then we're going to get those details done. I might do a quick video of me doing it, but obviously there'll be no sound to it. have it. Once all you start adding that detail on, this really starts to look like the proper thing it's supposed to be. All those details just add to it. This has gone a little bit off because obviously where I was using masking tape and going around, some of it was sticking, and it's obviously burnt, but I don't think that's too bad. It's about as straight as I could get it. Maybe I should have used a straight edge, but obviously the curved bits was going to be my problem, but it's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. Obviously we get the detailing on the barrel here, and that's it. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the heat gun out. I'm going to heat gun this down just so it seals in a bit of the foam, and I'm going to hit it with about 2 or 3 coats of some EVA, and then it's going to get a plastic primer coat over it, and then we'll spray it with a metallic silver, and we'll come back and add the final details. So I'm going to get all that done now, because you obviously don't need to see that. It's quite straightforward. We'll get that done, and I'll show you the last few bits of detail to add to it. So here we are. I've obviously this is obviously now been coated and sprayed with the silver, and what we're going to do now is going to add some weathering. So we've got some acrylic black paint, some water, a brush, and a damp rag. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint this handle bit in solid black as the handle, only sort of up to there, so it's only going to be like the handle grips for the rest of it. So I've got the brush nice and wet, and we pick up some of the acrylic paint, and then what we're going to do is we're going to basically brush this in, try and get it into all the little crevices that we have, and obviously all the little markers, and this is going to act as our dirt, so this is our form of weathering. So we're going to get this in like that, you see, and then what we do is we take the damp rag and we're going to take that off, and obviously it makes it a bit darker, but the paint stays in the little grooves, and it sort of acts like the dirt where it would settle, so we can clean out some of it, but it kind of defines the inside bits. So it just adds that, and obviously it then just tarnishes it up a little bit so it doesn't look quite so brand new. So we're going to crack on, do some more of that over the whole thing, weather it all down a bit, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. So there we are. That is the Rey Blaster, or the N-44, if you want to call it that. Finished. I really like the weathering effect. It's kind of added a great detail. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, if you want to keep it looking nice and clean, but I think it's kind of added that effect that it's been used a little bit more and is actually working. Another thing I've also done is I've taken a piece of a little bit of the blue metallic paint, and I've just dry brushed a little bit around the edge here, coming round, just to try and give that effect as if something hot has been fired from the end, and you would get that slight discoloration on the end. It's not come out exactly how I wanted, but that's entirely up to you on how you do that. But there we go. That is this prop over and done with. It's been a fantastic build, quite an easy build. I had most of it was actually completed with the body in one day. Then just obviously I had to spend a couple of days waiting for the coats to dry and the paint to dry. So there we go. Please like, please subscribe. I will put a link in the description of where you can get the template from this on our Etsy store. Hit the little bell notification so when I add another video you can get notified on that. And let us know what you think in the comments. Is this your favourite Star Wars blaster, or do you have another one? Do you like the N-44 better? So yeah, as I say, please like, please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next tutorial very soon.